Welcome to the Ecommerce Coffee Break podcast. In today's episode, we talk about cart abandonment and how you can fix this issue. Joining me on the show is Menachem Shechter, CEO at benzakais.com. So let's dive right into it. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Ecommerce Coffee Break podcast. Today we want to discuss why too many carts in your store are still left uncovered, and we want to look into tools that can help you to fix that. Joining me on the show today is Menachem Shechter. He is the CEO of Benzakai Growth Agency. Since founding the agency in 2014, Menachem has built a team of 13 experts specializing in digital marketing and development with an expertise for managing complex campaigns and creating custom tools for e-commerce sites, specifically within the Shopify ecosphere. So let's welcome him to the show. Hi Menachem, how are you today?
Great, how are you?
I'm very well. Great to have you on the show. Let's talk about the problem that pretty much every store has out there, abandoned carts. Why is that such a big problem still in 2024?
Yes, it's still a problem. It's still a problem because most of our customers, they need to revisit their choice. They want to buy, they probably have been in this store before, but they need the time to think about it. They need to consult, and it stays in the cart. Actually, our numbers said that it's about 14% of the purchase start with a abandoned cart. They might be back, they might not, but 40% they left the cart abandoned.
Okay, 40%, obviously that's a high number, and people get distracted, they don't find their credit card, so there's plenty of different reasons why people do not finalize the checkout. So what do you see on strategies in the past and now that merchants are using to combat cart abandonment?
The most ways that the merchant try to recover those carts are actually through email, and some ways that used to be very popular during the last decade. We send emails. We send coupons, discount, willing discount, and many surprises and benefits. But we don't really communicate. We just send an email or another benefit via SMS or something else, but not in the channel that you can communicate with the customer. And that one of the most problem we noticed during the years we work on with the Shopify merchants owners.
Mm-hmm. Give me an example why emails are not working so well, or why people are, I don't know, not really reacting on emails anymore.
I think people do react on email, but it's not the same platform when the customer used to work on the shop. We spend a lot of our media budget through Instagram, through Facebook, through TikTok. We bring a lot of a customer to the store. They used to be in one app, Instagram, and then they go to our shop. They put goods in the cart, but they abandoned it. Suddenly, we send them to their office email. They should go to the desktop and open the email. Actually, they probably will open the abandoned cart email, but they will be in very different state of mind. Most of them, the merchant are. There might be an impulse buy. And those impulse buy, you want to keep the customer in the same state of mind when they used to be during the navigating in the shop. So if a user go on his iPhone, he put another thing into the cart and an extra one, and then he said, okay, but let me think about it, and he put down his iPhone. If I send him 15 minutes later an email, he might get it on the iPhone. Everybody has an email app, but it's not the same state of mind. Actually, we found from our experience that newsletters are very effective when we want to take the user from the beginning. An email will be very effective because we send him to a new journey. But if it's just a click, just last button before the purchase, email seems to be not effective enough to recover the cart. You want to catch him in the very same state as the customer was during the shopping.
Mm-hmm. No, I understand the problem. So there's a lot of psychology obviously in there. As you said, impulse buy. You're right now in a moment that you want to buy something, and 5 minutes later your mind is somewhere completely different, and you're not interested anymore. So how do you come up with a solution? What's the solution to this issue?
We had, I think, over 200 Shopify merchants during the years, and we built them the stores. We built them the marketing tools. We wrote their newsletters, and we grew with them together. But this issue that you want to keep the customer in the same state of mind, we couldn't find a solution. Not something that can increase them in significant rate. In Hebrew, you have a saying to move the needle. Mm-hmm. So we couldn't find this something that actually can move this needle. And during the popularity of WhatsApp, for instance, it's not it does not need to actually be WhatsApp, but it's very popular. So during the popularity of WhatsApp, specifically in specific countries like Brazil, like India, like Israel, Middle East, some countries in Europe, the WhatsApp is very powerful tool. People stay there all the time. It's a general tool. It's an equivalent like to the cell phone itself. Mm-hmm. It's not a medium. It's the cell phone. People having talks, they're sending messages, and if you communicate with the shopper in WhatsApp, he's not actually notice that he left the shop because the communication is still going. And more important than that, actually, most of the time when the customer leave the cart abandoned, the customer has a question. It has an unsolved issue. Maybe it's the shipping time, maybe the platform. It might be many other things. And if he can communicate on WhatsApp, he can trust that he's going to get an answer from the merchant itself. And it's very interesting because we try to measure how many questions the customer has before he complete the purchase. So we run a tool and we send the abandoned carts notifications, and the customers reply with a question. Yes, I very like this T-shirt, but I'm not sure how fast this teacher can arrive, or I'm not sure how. I've seen the picture on the store, but I'm not sure if it fits me or not. Can you give me another picture? So if the store stay idle and there is no communication, or maybe they have a button for communication, the customer won't necessarily try to bother and send a reply. We get reply, but we get some requests about the goods in the shop, but not necessarily the question will arrive for the customer who want to buy. But if you ask them, tell them, "Hi, it's Menachem from the Shopify store. I just want to be sure that you got everything you need and the purchase going fluently. If not, you can always complete it here. There is a link. It's sent directly to the abandoned cart, and one click they finish that. If you have a further question, leave it here, and I will reply you." And suddenly you get 2 or 3 questions, and you complete the purchase. It's amazing. Actually, in some cases, for the next time they won't bother to go to the store, they leave the question on the WhatsApp, and they try to make a new order.
I like the approach. You take sort of the time delay out of it. And I think it's sort of a bit more of a you as a merchant, you open the conversation. It's like in a store, as a sales guy would come over and say, "Can I help you? Do you have any questions?" So I think that's just more immediate communication with the client. Now, what kind of data do you need to capture to make it work? Obviously, you need the WhatsApp number or the telephone number, or how do you get this communication started?
The Shopify API is very deep and provide a lot of information, and user and app get the information since the first session in store. We want to bother the customer, but actually, if it's a return customer, you get it right away. You can get a notification when the return customer went back to the store. He left something in the cart, and he just get in and you can send him a notification. I will not necessarily recommend on that, but regarding the information, you get it right away. For new customer, it has been collected. It might be collected in the abandoned cart itself, which is most common, and from other tools that user leave during the store. Many stores have a checkbox for get updates and other feature, but the most common and very important is the abandoned cart page and the checkout place.
Mm-hmm. Now, obviously, on the merchant side, you need somebody to monitor the incoming messages. How does that look from my side, from the seller's side?
Actually, it depends. Until 2 years ago, you have two options. You might be a big Shopify store, probably Shopify Plus store, and you have a team, like the very same as you as customer service team. You had a team, and he get his ticket not on emails, not on long email and templates, just on a WhatsApp web. And the other option, if you just started to shop and you're very dedicated for every sales matter, so you you spend your day waiting for the kaching sound on the Shopify app. You start getting next to those notifications, you start getting questions, not on Shopify inbox, and you have to be sure that the customer never left. If you just go to grab some coffee and you didn't reply back, the customer left and he get an email, and we start again the email dance again. You just get a WhatsApp. The customer can leave, but he just get the WhatsApp and you start to communicate. So if you just have a one-man show and you have your own Shopify store, you just need to reply on the WhatsApp. You can have a different line. It's very popular today. Thus was the circumstances until 2-3 years ago. But now, actually, the communication got improved, and actually you have very valuable AI tools that can give a service 24/7. The AI learn your Q&A in the terms of the shop. He read the bylaw, he read everything, he know how to reply, and he give a very high quality service on WhatsApp right away. And the shop owner is able to take over in every minute. And he take over and he helps, and he might give a discount if it's needed. He can make a clarification. The AI tools actually is very useful for questions that are very common, and he understands them and he can reply. If there is a need for a special treatment, it might be a discount. It might be to send the purchase earlier or something like that. Something that some kind of prioritize. The AI still cannot do that. He can have his terms and say, okay, I'm gonna to prefer this one. I have the permission to give until a 10% discount, but in any moment, the shop owner can get right over and even upgrade the service on WhatsApp.
No, that's very smart. And as you said, the advantage there, it can run 24/7. You don't need to have somebody sitting in the front all of day. And specifically for smaller merchants, smaller, medium enterprises, that's a big advantage there. Now, you have developed a app for Shopify for that, I understand. Tell me a little bit about it.
Yes, actually, after about I think it's about 8 years that we build tailor-made tools for Shopify to create this kind of service. It took a lot of time and effort to develop it tailor-made to every different store and with specification. We decided to try to create a shelf product, an app that can service a lot of merchants at once. And actually, because of the API and the rest of the Shopify tools have been improved, so we could create generic tools that give the same quality product. We create CartKeeper. Actually, CartKeeper aimed to do all the above that I just described, but with an app, not dedicated tool, not sophisticated AI that need to run separately, don't need to train. It's an easy plug and play app. You just insert it in your store and you can run with it. And it and helps to recover abandoned carts. It helps to meet the customer at the right time, the right moment, and it's followed the principle we described earlier.
Mm-hmm. I like that you took the experience from hundreds of clients that you worked with and then basically came up with a solution that helps everyone. Who's your perfect customer? Are there specific industries or verticals where this works very well?
It's a very important question because the beta phase run mainly on WhatsApp, we have merchants who based on in the United States, but actually the perfect merchant will be based on other countries. It will be based in Brazil, it will be based in Europe, it will be based in the Middle East, and based in India. There are a lot of countries that WhatsApp is very popular, and there are a lot of business and communication run on it. So countries like Brazil, in South America, Europe, and Middle East are perfect for this kind of app.
Mm-hmm.
Besides that, I think the merchant meets the abandoned cart issue not on the first day he opened the Shopify store, but very soon afterwards, and it will take him hand by hand until it will be a huge store on Shopify Plus. I think if you have 2 months, 3 months, 1 year experience in Shopify, I don't know if you notice, but your store bleeds from this issue, and that's the time you need to find a very valuable solution for that.
Mm-hmm. Now, tell me a little bit about the kind of homework that I need to do. Say a store needs to have a certain volumes, certain traffic, then it only makes sense. But also you need to have a dedicated WhatsApp number, or how does that work? What kind of preparation do I need to have?
Actually, you don't need to have to dedicate a WhatsApp number because the app generates one for you. We highly recommended to connect your own WhatsApp number because you have your reputation and people used to communicate with the same WhatsApp number. So we recommended that you connect your own WhatsApp number or the one dedicated to the merchant. But you don't, actually, it's not mandatory at all. You just when you install the app, the same moment you install the app, you get dedicated WhatsApp number and you can run and start recover accounts.
Okay, that seems very straightforward. I mean, that's a big plus that you don't need to care about other sources like sourcing another WhatsApp number that comes with the app. Tell me a little bit about the pricing structure. How do you charge for that?
Our main goal is to create a plan that it's very easy and reliable for the merchant. So we based on the volume. If you have a started plan with a small merchant, you can have about $19 per month, and you can recover up to 10 carts, and it might suit you. If you're on the next level, which most of the customers are, we can recover up to 50 carts, which if you can make the math, if the AVC is about $70, so you can multiply it with 50. The plan that suits for you is the Pro plan, and it costs $49 per month, and you can recover 15 cards every month. And the last one is everything that above that. It costs $99, and you can recover hundreds and thousands of cards every month.
Yeah, I think that's a no-brainer because probably depending on your average order value, if you recover one order that otherwise you would not have, your monthly fees already covered with that. So I think it's really like a no-brainer. So before we come to the end of our coffee break today, Menachem, is there anything that you want to share with our listeners that we haven't covered yet?
During the years, we and other Shopify experts invest a lot of effort and time to increase the conversion rate. We thought and created methods for conversion rate optimization, how to improve, how to change the size and color for every button in the store. We create a very complicated flows from the homepage, the category page, and for the product page. And it's very important from certain sizes. It's important, but it's amazing how much effort and time you need to get a very small change in the conversion rate to get this those needles moved. And it's funny how many carts left abandoned. And you have a list. You have that list on orders. I'm not sure if every merchant take a look on that, but you have the list. When you created this app, the first important information that we want to communicate is how much money left on this abandoned cart. So we create a dashboard, just calculate how much money left unrecovered during the last month, during the last year. And we continue improving the conversion rate optimization, and invest a lot of time and effort and resources in that. But we neglect something that the low hanging fruit. It's very easy. Just need to put a spot on the right place.
Yeah, I think that's a very important thing that you mentioned there. So basically, you work your way in conversion rate optimization from the cart backwards, because once you have somebody going all the way through the funnel to the cart and then they leave, all the work that you did before is sort of useless. So you want to make sure that this is the most important point. You want to convert them. And as you mentioned at the beginning, 40% of people leave the cart, abandon the cart. If you can convert a good percentage of these, that's, as you said, low-hanging fruit. That's easy money to get in. And I think your app will help with that big time. Where can people find out more about you guys?
We have our website for sure, cartkeeper.co, and we are on the App Store. It's very easy to navigate. You can take a look in the cart and ask us questions. Actually, you can ask us on WhatsApp too. It's very easy. Just click on the button.
Okay, excellent. I think that would be a good proof that people contact you directly on WhatsApp. I will put the links in the show notes as always. Then you're just one click away. And I hope a lot of people will try it out and hopefully recover a lot of abandoned carts in their store. Menachem, thanks so much for giving us an insight on how to optimize your cart, and talk soon.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.